Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Today we're doing a playthrough of Pokemon Blue using Rapidash. Rapidash is known as the Fire Horse Pokemon. Couple things. First off, I'm playing a little hurt today. I'm a little bit sick. So if you hear my voice crackling, I'm not going through puberty or anything. I'm just don't feel good. I have a little bit of a cold. It's a sinus infection, but it is what it is. And we got to persevere and push on. I have other things to do video-wise this week, so I got to get this done. So a couple things about Rapidash. Rapidash has really good physical attack, has great speed. He has kind of a lower special, which is kind of weird for a fire type, but it is what it is. And also, its moveset's pretty good early. We have Ember and Stomp. That'll get us through just about everything we can, or we need to get through in the early game. So let's go and dive into our first battle. It's against our rival. His name is Butt. Butt will come out with a Squirtle, because we're fire type, it's a water type. And we named our Pokemon Napalm, because it's a horse. And we go for Stomp. Stomp will be a 3-shot. And that's the other thing about Stomp, is it also has the option to make the opposition flinch, so it's pretty useful in that regard. It does come in pretty clutch at times, but now we're going to go ahead and go into our second rival battle. Some people don't think this is mandatory. In my playthroughs, it is. So Pidgey comes out, and with Stomp, Pidgey becomes a 2-shot. Even though we do get Sand Attack, it's like the worst thing ever in Generation 1. It's way overpowered. However, with Stomp, we still can persevere and get through Squirtle. You just need one more Stomp, very good. That battle could have gone off the rails pretty quick. It did have a water move, but we get the win, and we move right on to the Million Light Years trainer. The Million Light Years trainer will come out with a Diglett. We're going to go for Stomp. Stomp will be a 2-shot, very good. And then Sandshrew will come out. We'll go for Ember, and we get a critical hit on the second Ember, so it ends up being a 3-shot knockout. We beat the junior trainer, and now we're going to move right on to Brock. And Brock, this is kind of a risk because we didn't go back and heal. We don't have a great move against fire types, but it doesn't have anything really good against us. It's just we're kind of frail, so the tackles from Geodude are doing pretty good. Most rock type have low special, which means Ember does pretty decent. Now right here was a huge risk because we only had 8 hit points going into the Onix, and if it hit too many of those Screeches, our defense would have been so lowered that we would have been knocked out one hit. However, we knocked Brock out, we beat him, Wakanda forever, and we're going to move right on to this route here, not much to talk about. There's a lot of bug Pokemon, so Ember's pretty much going to one-shot a lot of them. And anything that's not bug type, we can use Stomp, and Stomp will pretty much one-shot or 2-shot everything else. So pretty consistent here, but the one thing I want to talk about is make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you like this content, hitting that subscribe button means you'll come back and watch it again. Hitting the like button helps the YouTube algorithm. And the comments down below, they really help the algorithm, but also they help with the engagement, and I prefer that. I reply back to every comment. So we have 2 trainers left here on route, I think it's route 3, and Ember will one-shot both of them, and then we have just a Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff will go down 2 hit. We'll move right on the Mount Moon and face the Super Duper Nerd. Mount Moon, there wasn't enough in here that really needed to be talked about. There were a couple battles I chose to fight that are really good experience yields, and they're pretty quick because we have a type advantage. But we get the Dome Fossil after we beat the Super Duper Nerd. All hail the Dome Fossil. And we're going to move right on to our third rival battle. The third rival battle can be tricky because now Pidgey has become Pidgeotto, and we're going to go for Stomp. As long as we don't get our actually lower, this battle is pretty well in our hands. Stomp will one-shot the Abra. Stomp will one-shot the Rattata. Is it a one-shot on Squirtle? It's not. However, one more hit, knock it out. Pretty easy win. And now we're going to move right on to Misty. This was a huge risk for this Pokemon. We're only at level 23. We don't have access to Dig and Stomp and Seismic Toss. So we're going for Stomp only. So Stomp 2 shots to Staryu. Very good. And now we'll move right on to Starmie. I'm sorry, Staryu is what we want. We 2-shot. And then Stomp, we tank a Bubble Beam and get the knockout. Very good. Pretty easy win over Misty. Did not anticipate that. I thought I was going to have to go get Body Slam. And speaking of Body Slam, here we are. We are getting Body Slam right now. So Ember's a 2-shot on the Nidoran. I think it's a Nidoran male. And now we got Body Slam. We're going to add it to our moveset. It's an 85 base power normal move, so definitely an upgrade over Stomp. We don't have a lot of damage dealing moves like physical. So we're just going to keep it on the moveset, get rid of Growl, and we're going to move on to our fourth rival battle. The fourth rival battle is going to come out with a Pidgeotto. Body Slam will 2-shot the Pidgeotto. Very good. It doesn't matter if he heals. We do enough damage to knock him out 2 hits. Eradicate will be a 1-shot. Very good. Kadabra will also be a 1-shot. Wartortle's very bulky, so I doubt it'll be a 1-shot, but we'll get a 2-shot on the Wartortle. Very good. Get the knockout over our rival. And we're going to move right on to Lieutenant Surge. And Lieutenant Surge's gym is going to be a pushover. unless something happens like a really weird critical hit, we should be just fine knocking out Lieutenant Surge. So his first Pokemon is a Voltorb, and we're gonna rearrange some moves and go for Body Slam, very good. Pikachu Body Slam, very good. And Raichu Body Slam, extremely good. A very easy win over Lieutenant Surge. And I'm gonna move right on to this tunnel where we meet the real Rock Gym leader, which is this hiker. He has 3 Pokemon, 2 Geodude and a Graveler, and we don't have anything good against him. Ember is a 3-shot on the first one, and Ember will be a 3-shot on this one, but he goes for Self-Destruct, so now we're below a 3rd health, and Self-Destruct will knock us out. So we take a handful of resets here, and the reason why we do that is because we just don't have a great move against these Pokemon. This is honestly the hardest part of this playthrough that Rapidash has to deal with, is just because there's nothing great here. So I was trying to go for potentially these like stomp strategies. What I should have done is on Tail Whip and then Body Slam. That probably would have been the best strategy. So we get, I think it's 3 resets. So we still have 1 more reset left to go before we end up getting through this. And I'm just going to say this. Every time the opposition uses Rock Throw is like 65% accurate or something like that. It's horrible. But every time the opposition uses it, it goes through and hits us every time, it feels like. So now here's our 3rd attempt. And I think this is the last attempt. I think we beat it on this one. Ember. We have a decent amount of health left, 2/3 of our health left. So if we can get through this without losing 2/3 of our health, we should be fine. That's not great, but here we go. Graveler, we're going to hit Ember. 1 more Ember. Don't hit us again. We get the win over the hiker and move right on. Now that we're in Showdown City, we can go ahead and move right on and take on Erica's gym. Erica is the grass gym leader. We're going to go ahead and face a couple trainers in here for some levels, but we're going to take on Erica. Erica will come out with a Victory Bell. Victory Bell's not bad. You don't want those. You don't want to get put to sleep. Poison's not the worst thing ever because we can still attack, and it also prevents us from getting other ailments. This battle doesn't start off great. Victory Bell gets a wrap off, and we get more than half of our health taken down. So now we're going to move right on to the Tangela. Tangela gets knocked out with 2 Embers. Now Vileplume, like I said, can be dangerous because it can put us to sleep. However, Poison prevents that. It hits us pretty hard with Petal Dance, but we get the win over Erica. Move right on to Giovanni. Giovanni number 1 is going to come out with 2 Pokemon, an Onix, a Rhyhorn, that are Rock type, I should say, and then 1 Kangaskhan. So we don't have a great move, but we're going to use Horn Drill to one-shot the Onix. It's a very good. And we're going to use Horn Drill to one-shot the Rhyhorn. Very good. And I'm not going to use Horn Drill on Kangaskhan. It's a very unreliable strategy to continuously try to use Horn Drill. So I just use Body Slam and get it knocked out pretty easy. We beat Giovanni. We're going to go ahead and move right on to our rival battle. We're going to dig out of here. Very good. It'll rival number 5. Rival number 5 is going to come out with the Pidgeotto. As long as we can hit everything, we should knock everything out in 1 hit except for the Wartortle. Wartortle's pretty bulky, and we're not going to learn to growl again. We don't need it. Didn't need it the first time, don't need it the second time. Execute gets knockout, very good. Body Slam gets the knockout, very good. Wartortle get knocked out in 2 hits. Excellent. We beat our rival, beat rival number 5, or as JRS11 calls it, rival 5. And we're going to move right on to Koga's gym. Now, Koga is the poison specialist, and he's going to lead out with a Coffin. We go for Stomp, it gets a flinch. Body Slam, we'll follow up and make sure it's a 3-shot, very good. We level up, we get Fire Spin. We're going to take Fire Spin. And Ember's garbage, and Fire Spin does a little bit more, so we will take Fire Spin. We will use it to our advantage. We did use Horn Drill there to get the 1-hit knockout on the, I guess it was a Weezing. Was it a Weezing? Or was it a Muck? It was a Muck. There we go. And now Weezing, same thing. We'll go for the 1-hit knockout. And we get the knockout, very good. Get the win over Koga. Not an easy win. It's a very risky win because we're using Horn Drill. But now we're going to move right on to Lance. Lance is the fire specialist. The reason why we want to beat him so badly right now is because he will be giving us Fire Blast when we beat him. So I prioritized getting that. So we had a really good fire move rather than a crappy fire move. Horn Drill one-shots the Rapidash. Then we'll go for Horn Drill on the Arcanine. It's pretty fast, so maybe we didn't outspeed, but we get a 2-hit, a one shot on the Arcanine. We move right on to our 6th rival battle. The 6th rival battle usually is pretty difficult. We're going to come right out, and we're going to go for Fire Blast on the Pidgeot. Very good. Growlithe Body Slam is a 2-shot. Extremely good. Execute, we should be going for Fire Blast on him. We miss, so this is unfortunate, but we still get the knockout nonetheless. Alakazam Body Slam, very good. And Blastoise is the weakest starter we can have in this battle. He just has Water Gun. And Water Gun ain't going to do nothing to us, so we get the pretty easy win over our 6th rival battle. And with that being said, we're going to move right on to our Giovanni fight. It's Giovanni number 2. He's garbage. You know it, I know it, but let's go ahead and tell him why he's garbage. So Body Slam will be a 2-shot on the Nidorino. We do get poisoned. Like I said, not the worst thing ever. If you're going to have any ailment, poison's probably the best one to have because you can just attack and keep working and just deplete your health if you don't one-shot everything. So we don't one-shot the Nido Queens, take a little bit more damage, but we get the win over Giovanni number 2. And here's our Giovanni-Sabrina sandwich. Giovanni, then we face Sabrina, and then we face Giovanni again. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to do Body Slam every one of the members of her team. Her team is pretty lame, to be honest, when it comes to physical attackers. But as long as we can go first, as long as we can outspeed and hit Body Slam, we get the pretty easy win over Sabrina and her whip. Then we move right on to Giovanni. This is the 3rd Giovanni fight. It's the final Giovanni fight. He's going to lead with a Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn's going to come out and go for Body Slam. I think we want him to go for Tail Whip so he can badge boost us a little bit. It's going to boost our stats. So one more time, one more Tail Whip. Perfect. We don't need to do that. Just use Body Slam. There we go. And so now we have a little bit of a boosted physical attack stat. So everything should be a little bit more powerful. Not a lot, but a little bit more powerful. And we're able to Fire Blast through both of the Nidos. And now we have one more Pokemon, which is Rhydon. And with a 3-shot, we knock out the Rhydon. And we get the badge from Giovanni. We got all the badges. Now we can go face our final rival battle for the Elite Four. Rival number 7. Rival number 7 is going to come out, and he has a Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is not what it was. It's kind of depleted itself a little bit. It's actually got rid of a really good move that is effective for Pidgeotto, and that is the move Sand Attack. So now it's added Agility. We're going to mimic Agility. We're going to set up, and we're going to Body Slam and try to steamroll through the entire team. Didn't exactly work great on that one. Fire Blast on the Rhyhorn, very good. Growlithe should be a 1-shot, very good. Execute, as long as we can hit a Fire Blast, it'll be a 1-shot, very good. That leaves Alakazam, and Alakazam does not survive a Body Slam, and so now it's just Blastoise again. Now he actually has a decent move. He has Hydro Pump. We get a 2-shot nonetheless. We beat a rival, move right on to the Elite Four. Now with Kanto done and dusted, we are now in the Indigo Plateau where the Pokemon League is, and we'll go ahead and face the Elite Four. But first I want to go over the stats. Attack is 176, Defense is 138, Speed is 182, and Special is 152. And in the bottom left corner, all the stats have been modified with the badge boost, so it's reflecting that right now. These do change in battle, that's why they are accurate. And then our moveset is Fire Blast, Body Slam, Horn Drill, and Agility. So Agility will up our speed, which is not really necessary. However, it does the badge boost, so it's going to give us a boost to our physical and special attack stat. Body Slam is obviously one of our go-to physical moves. Then we have Fire Blast. We do have some other moves in our bag. I'm pretty sure we still have Double Edge is in there, and Rest if we need it. So let's go ahead and dive into the Elite Four and see how this goes. So the first member of the Elite Four we got to face is Lorelei. Lorelai's going to come out. She has all Ice-type Pokemon. Some of them are kind of Ice-Water, but there's not a lot of Water moves included with this. So we're going for our setup. It's going to go for a Heal. And now we're going to go ahead and go for, we're all set up. It's woke up, which is unfortunate, but whatever. We're going to go for Body Slam. It's going to be a 2-shot. And we're going to waste some time with some healing here, but we get the knockout nonetheless. Move right on to Cloyster. Cloyster is very frail when it comes to its special. So Fire Blast 1-shots it. And now we're going to go for Body Slam and get a 3-hit. Well, it was going to be, 3-hit on the Slowbro. And now we knock out Jinx in one go. So now we just have to knock out the Lapras. Lapras gets hit, and it heals itself rather than attacking its back. So we get a pretty easy win over Lorelei and move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno all that much, but Bruno in this battle, yeah, he still sucks. So we're going to go for Agility. We're going to up our speed. We're going to up our physical attack stat. We're up our special. We're going to up everything. And so now we should be able to sweep. Okay, we just got to hit. We're not going to go for Horn Drill anymore. Okay, good. Because Horn Drill is wildly inaccurate. That's why I hate using that strategy. Body Slam's a 1-shot on the Hitmonchan. Very good. Hitmonlee comes out. And we're going to get a Body Slam on him. Very good. And then Onyx is going to come out. I think I'm going to do Fighting type next, honestly. So it's actually, I like Fighting types. Fighting and Fire types. Probably two of my favorite types. So we get the win, and we're going to move right on to Agatha. Now, Agatha, you have the Agatha Water. She can paralyze you, put you to sleep, poison you, and confuse you. But what we're going to do first is we're going to do Agility to up our stats real quick. We're going to do Agility twice, 3 times. Fully set up. Now we can go for Fire Blast and hopefully 1-shot everything. Now we got to save Fire Blast. Hopefully we don't miss, because we only had 3 power points, and I think we actually missed. So we actually have to take a reset here. And I don't have a move. I don't think I have a move that can hit ghosts. So I got to take a reset here. Yep. So we're going to have to do this again. And this time I actually used my elixir, so I actually replenished my power points when it comes to Fire Blast. Probably could have won the last battle if I hadn't have done that. But it is what it is. So we get fully set up. And we get a lot of our health knocked down. We might take another reset here. Yep, we're going to take another reset here. So now we're at 6 resets for this playthrough. We're at 53 minutes and 17 seconds. We're still in good time. We still can get below Magmar's time. I think we already passed the Charizard's time, so I think we can get below Magmar's time. Let's see how we do here. Fire Blast, 1 shot on the Golbat, 1 shot on the Gengar. It seems to be hitting. As long as it hits, it seems to be doing a great job. Fire Blast on the Arbok. Do we knock out the last Gengar? We do. Very good. Get the win, get the knockout. I'm going to move right on to Lance. Now, Lance is the biggest problem for all the fire types that we've had. Lance has, his first Pokemon is a Gyarados. And I'm pretty sure I kept Horndraw in here just for this battle. Just to see if we can get a 1-hit knockout. Go for it again. Nope. And go for it again. Nope. 3 misses. So we're going to try this again. And eventually, I might have to abandon this strategy if I just can't hit. If I can just knock him out without him hitting me, that would be the ultimate. Because I can set up. I can do whatever. I think what's going to happen, though, is I'm going to have to set up and then heal. Is what's going to have to happen. And he's just not hitting. We outspeed and everything, so I don't know why it's not hitting. We're way over. We're about the same level, so it's not too far apart when it comes to levels. So we're going for Body Slam, and it's gonna knock us out. So that's 10 resets. How many resets are we gonna get before we decide to change it up? We did change it up now. So we just went for rest. We have rest on our moveset now, and we paralyze it. We don't survive. However, I think we just get to paralyze or get the miss 1 time. I think we'll get through this, no problem. Yep, that's another reset. And now we've added Double Edge. And Double Edge is okay, because Double Edge we don't have to set up. We can get a 2-shot. And now, if we need to, we can rest and heal on Dragonair. Now, what's crazy is this seems to happen a lot of times. Whenever I add rest, all of a sudden we don't need it rest. So, that's the problem here. So, go for 1 more. Oh, we're not going to go for anything. We're just going to set. We're set up. We healed. And now we're going to go for rest again. But it keeps hitting me, so there's kind of no point. I think it's just go for broke and try to knock everything out. Double Edge is a 1-shot, very good. Double Edge is a 1-shot on the Dragonair, very good. Double Edge, or is it Fire Blast on the Aerodactyl. We knock it out, very good. And now Dragonite comes out, we go first, we can heal up. And so it's not going to do too much damage to us anyway. We just got to make sure we can just hit a move. And 1 more move, Barrier, it lowers, it ups its defense, so we don't get the 2-shot, but we do get a 3-shot knockout. We beat Lance, which is the hardest trainer we have to deal with, honestly. Because that Gyarados is just so atrociously bad to deal with. This is why I said the Blastoise line is probably the weakest, because you don't have to deal with Gyarados if you have Blastoise. So if I played through and the Fire-type Charizard was a starter, that'd be a lot tougher in my opinion. So we get fully set up, we're facing the champion. 58 minutes and 40-some seconds. So we get this done in under an hour. That is the question here. If we do that, I think we beat Magmar's time. So Double Edge is a 1-shot on the Alakazam. We recover on the Rhydon, and what we want here is we want Rhydon to go for Tail Whip or Leer. It'll lower our defense, but it will give us another badge boost to our physical attack stat or our special. And this is taking way too much time, but he does hit us 1 more time, so now our physical attack stat's a little bit higher. The Arcanine comes out. Double Edge is a 1. No, it's not a 1-shot. We got a critical hit. Critical hits are stupid. I hate critical hits. That happened in our Charizard playthrough, remember? And we get a 1-shot on the Executor, and all we got to do is not get hit by a Hydro Pump by Blastoise, and we get the win. We get the knockout. We beat Butts, and we get a locked-in time of 59 minutes and 27 seconds. Now we just got to get put in the Hall of Fame, and then we'll kind of sum up what happened with this playthrough. And then, yeah, we'll talk about the next playthrough. 67, and playtime is not necessary. I get up and use the restroom, I get up and get something to eat. So that's not really something I go off of. But regardless of that, Rapidash comes in, and he's now the second fastest Fire-type Pokemon I have in this series. Magmar did not do too well. Charizard got done under 50 minutes. I think Ponyta is going to lock in a second place run here, pretty handily. Because the next 2 Pokemon have some challenges. Ninetales doesn't have the greatest stats. And both these Pokemon are stone evolutions, so they do lose out on learning a handful of their moves. I am going to modify each one of them just a smidge. Roar is not necessary in these playthroughs, so I'm going to get rid of Roar for both of them, give them one of their moves. It's not going to be any like game-breaking move or anything, but it's going to be a move that's going to help them out a little bit. Yeah, but I don't foresee them beating. One, I don't think Ninetales is good enough. I don't think it has good enough stats to do it. And two, Arcanine is in the slow level up rate, and that's kind of the kiss of death on playthroughs. However, he is playing fully evolved, so maybe being a little bit lower level won't be the worst thing ever for Arcanine. But that's it. That's my video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Not downbow. I don't know what downbow is, but down below. And yeah, comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Let me know what you think. The next one next week, like I said, will be Ninetales. But don't forget, my video comes out on Friday. Have a playthrough of Mischievous. So let me know what you think. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.